Hi everyone. So I'm gonna make two playlists. The first one is kind of the basics of microeconomics, and the second one is going to be for macroeconomics. So let's get started. The first topic for today is Introduction to Microeconomics. And okay, first of all, if you haven't studied economics before, what exactly is it? Now, you might say something like it's the study of how money is made, how money is spent. True, it is. Why some people are rich, some people are poor. Why some nations are rich, why some nations are poor. True. Basically, economics is the study of choices that we make both as individuals and as nations, and it's also about the challenges faced. The study of economics teaches you how to handle these two things, how to make choices in the face of the challenges. Um, okay. Okay, the truth of the matter is that we want more than we can get. And also, another fact is that we can't get all that we want. And the fact that you can't get all of the things that you want, that's called scarcity. Okay, let's come back to this. Wants are greater than what you can get. For example, you might want the best education in the best university. You might want the latest iPhone. You might want the best house and the best car, but obviously you can't get all of those things. And you can't get all of that because you are limited by your income and the prices that must be paid. If your income is not large enough, you can't buy some items. That's just how it is. Also, another example of wanting more than you can get. A lot of us want more hours in the day to do more things, study more, exercise more, get healthier, whatever. But the fact is that there's only 24 hours in a day and we can't get more than that. So time is limited. Okay, let's look at a larger scale. For example, consider Canada. What the Canadian society can get, it's limited by three sources. Just like you are limited by your income and time, the same is true for a country. It has Every country has limited resources such as gifts of nature, human labor, ingenuity, any technological advances that's limiting as well. because we have these limited resources, we have to assign them properly. Okay, so like I said in the beginning, we can't afford everything. So we have to make choices. Because you only have 24 hours in a day, you can either choose to study for a test or go to a party. And let's say you don't have time to do both, so you make a choice. Another example could be if we're looking at the Canadian government, it has a limited amount of resource in terms of money. So, should more money be put into healthcare or education? What should the division of money be, because money is limited? And so, like, reiterating that we can't afford everything, so we make choices, and the choices that we make are based upon incentives. Okay. Okay. So let's take a scenario. Let's say your choice is going to uni or not. Let's say your undergraduate degree is 5 years, and you are deciding whether you want to go to uni or you don't. So, what we do is we look at the benefits. The benefits are you get a degree, you learn something, you make connections, I don't know, yada yada yada. That's the benefits, that's the positives that you gain from actually making this choice that yes, I'm going to go to university. And let's look at the opportunity costs. Opportunity costs are basically anything that you will be giving up if you do decide to go to university for 5 years. What you could be giving up is 5 years worth of salary, because you are a full time student and you won't be able to work full time. So you actually are giving up the possibility of gaining 5 years worth of salary. That's a good load of money. Let's think about other opportunity costs. Tuition is expensive, very expensive. Oh, so are textbooks. I don't know, you could be doing other things instead of going to university every day for 5 years. So, how do I make this choice? Do I want to go to university for 5 years and get a degree or not? What I do is I compare benefits and opportunity costs. If the benefits are greater than the opportunity costs, then I say, yep, I'm going to go to university. If the costs are too high, I say, this is a bad choice, so I'm not going to go. So, to reiterate everything, choices must be made because our resources, in this case, time, money, resources are limited. We don't have unlimited amounts of money and unlimited time. So, we must make a choice. The choice are based on incentives, both the positives and the negatives. The positives, the benefits that you gain out of the choice, and the opportunity costs are the things that you're giving up if you go with your choice. And if the benefits are greater than the costs, you go ahead with the choice, and if the costs are greater than the benefits, you discard the choice. Okay, let's take another example in the topic of choices. This is your old laptop that you want to sell. So your choice, sell. your choices must be consistent with those around you. So if you're choosing to sell your laptop, there must be someone else who is willing to buy the laptop. Your choice is to sell the laptop, and this person's choice is to buy the laptop. So, this whole malarkey of choices is not in an isolated system. Your choice must be consistent with the choice of others. What is the definition of economics? This is something you would write down in a exam sort of scenario, but this is the official definition of economics and what it stands for. Basically, it's a social science which is the study of choices made by individuals, businesses, nations, governments to deal with scarcity because resources are limited and we can't get everything that we want. So it's the study of choices and the incentives that influence those choices. Okay, so economics is divided into two major branches, micro and macro. Microeconomics deals with the choices made by individuals and businesses and the way that these choices interact in markets and under the government's influence. Microeconomics is on a much smaller scale, and macroeconomics is on a much larger scale, and it deals with the study of the economic performance of national and global economies. So, an example of microeconomics would be why more students are buying more ebooks than hard copy books, and a macroeconomic question would be something like what caused the recession in 2008, and according to Statistics Canada, why is the unemployment rate of males higher than that of females? Questions about GDP, how to increase GDP, which the topic of GDP, gross domestic product, will come to in macroeconomics. So that's it for now. See you all in the next tutorial. Bye.